as a woman makeup artist, is that something different? Are the makeup artists usually men?
Yes. We have had we've had a very long journey of reaching where we are today. When I started, I think I must have been maybe the second female makeup artist in the industry.
Seriously?
Yes, it was dominated by men. And it was very
doing
scary.
Makeup for women?
Doing makeup for women. So it was a makeup dada and a hair didi.
How bizarre is
Yes.
this?
So women could do only hair, men could do only makeup. And then you had your stylist who could do everything, like the clothes stylist. And it was actually, I didn't even know that when I entered the industry. Like, I went and did my course and I came back and I said, I'm going to be a makeup artist. I have a woman president. Why should I not be able to do this? I live in a secular country. And I came back and I did not realize how difficult it was going to be. I would be on set and the union would turn up, the cine union would turn up. They would come and harass the producers, fine them for hiring a woman makeup artist. They would expect us to hide in vanity vans because they didn't want us to be on set. I've had my mom, there were only landlines, there were no mobile phones when I started. And my mother would get threatening phone calls on the landline, like voicemails, that if your daughter doesn't stop working, we're going to cut off her hands when she's coming back from Film City. And I remember my father telling me, baby, why are you doing this? Just stop, no. Why is it so important? And I'm like, but I love what I do. I mean, I don't ever want to, like, there are very few people in the world who love what they do. And get paid for it, right? We don't live in a world like most people go 9-to-5 job and they don't love what they do. And I said, how can someone tell me what I can or cannot do with my life? I said, I live in a democratic country. You cannot tell me what I can or cannot do.
So this is union bazi?
It was union bazi, and I tried to fight it for very, very long. Then finally in 2014, we won in the Supreme Court.
You went to court against the union?
Yes. So it was a very long fight. It was Sessions Court, High Court, then Supreme Court. And finally, when we won it, I remember I had unfortunately lost my father and I was up north and I get a call from the union that we're waiting for you. I said, for what? They're like, for you to come and get your card. I said, I'm never going to get your card. I said, I have the Manse card. They have supported me as a woman. I have been dragged out of Filmistan, like dragged by these men. And I've had to call Goregaon police to come and protect me and my team, when we were doing films. It was very eye-opening. There was a point where I was told, literally by the union, that you're never, ever going to win this case. And I'm looking at them and I'm like, really? Like, why? What do you have against us? And, it was so heartbreaking for me being a woman today to actually sit on a set in Karjat. I was sitting and one of my actors said, you know what? I'm fed up of having these union people turning up. Let me sort this out for you. It was this amazing male actor who I absolutely love. And it was we had like a 3-4 hour break. So he called the union and we were shooting over there. And he said, you just stand behind me and keep quiet and just hear them out. I said, okay. We're standing behind and we were hearing them out. And it was the men and the women, so the hairdressers and the makeup brothers who had come from the union. And they were so angry. They were so angry at me. They were so angry at me. And they were like, it's because of you, our sons and daughters don't have work. And it's because of you, you are rich and spoiled. I said, excuse me, stop right there. I said, what makes you think that I have not earned the car that I'm coming in, that I've not paid for it, that I've not paid for my education? Like, what makes you think those things? And what broke my heart sitting there was it was not the men who had the problem. It was the women who had the problem with me working as a makeup artist. Because it's nepotism, right? In the makeup and hair industry. It's like, I'm a hairdresser, I have a daughter, my daughter becomes automatically a hairdresser. If I have a son, my son becomes a makeup artist. And you have come in and you have disrupted this entire hierarchy of things that we followed since 1950s and 1940s in our industry. And you are fighting with us and you're making it impossible. And I remember I stood there and, we realized that we were never going to make them understand any aspect of it. So he said, you know what, thank you for coming. We heard you out. His hairdresser was a man. But they were not harassing him. I mean, technically men were not allowed to do makeup, hair, right? So he was like, thank you for coming. Why can't we sort it out? We tried for 3 hours back and forth. And then, it all got over. Then I got called by other people's managers saying that, listen, why can't you just take a male assistant? Why do you have to have a female assistant? Give the union people, take their sons, give them work. I said, why? I said, the girl who's assisting me is very capable. She's worked very hard to be where she has. Why should I give somebody a chance because that's what the industry is asking me to do? I said, I'm sorry, I'm not going to agree to that. I was very lucky. I had, I was working with Sonam, and Sonam was very supportive. She's amazing. She's, so I had people like Karan Johar, Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, Farah Khan, Sonam, Samira Reddy, all of these actors at that point in my career, Preeti Zinta, who were very supportive of women working with women and saying that, no, Farah said, can anybody do what she's doing for Om Shanti Om? If they can, I won't take her. And that support meant the world because it really opened up a lot of doors for women in the industry.
Namaste, Jai Hind. You're watching ANI podcast with Smita Prakash.
अगर हम उसको मस्जिद कहेंगे तो फिर विवाद होगा.
The issue is टूटा है क्या भारत?
400 पार का मतलब ये है कि संविधान खतरे में है.
क्या हम लोग ये निर्देश देते हैं कि फला को गिरफ्तार करके जेल डाल दें?
वही तो कह रहे हैं सब.
ये बेबुनियाद निराधार आरोप.
सच्चा सुनना चाहो देखो स्मिता प्रकाश ANI. It does not lie.